So as you know, if you watched the recent video, the jumps got flooded and a lot of them got destroyed. This video you're about to watch is how to maintain BMX trails and dirt jumps. It was recorded clearly before the trails got flooded, so basically a video explaining how we maintain our trails. Yeah, hope you enjoy.
Actually, look kind of clean.
The first thing we generally do is just get rid of all the loose dirt and rocks in between the jumps and try to just get it as smooth as possible in between. We'll just go through in between all the jumps now and just sweep out the middle of them so there's no rocks, leaves and loose dirt in between them. Yeah, so if you can, just sweep all the loose dirt, all the fine dirt into a little pile like that there. So the next step is to just simply try to get rid of all the dry dirt by just watering it down, all the dust, just water it all down, all the lips, all the landings, just give it a light sprinkle, don't try and drench them. In winter, you probably don't need to do this. Step, you just want to source some dirt, some dry dirt. The finer the better. We got a little bit left here. Try and cut it as fine as you can. Try to get it really fine, just so it will just fill in all the cracks on the jump, as I'll show you in a minute. So you won't need too much. Probably less than a shovel load for each lip and landing. So today we're doing 17 takeoffs and landings put together. So we'll need probably, I reckon, a bit less than half a wheelbarrow, so not much. Just make sure it's dry. If you have wet dirt, this next step won't work. Or if the dirt's really rocky, it won't work either. That's plenty of dirt now. Probably get a little bit more than you need just in case. This step's pretty simple. For most of these jumps, they're in pretty good condition at the minute. And to keep them in that way, what you want to do, take a shovel load of dirt, chuck it at the bottom of the lip. You water the lip or landing again, sweep it up, and that way all the dry dirt will go in the cracks of the jumps and make it smooth. Usually do this right before you're about to ride, because what that'll do is the tires on your bike will just roll it in and compact it perfectly, and it'll make a really smooth transition. You can see up here, there's a bit of damage on this lip. That can be fixed by simply making a little bit of mud, pretty much just damp dirt. You want to whack it in there and compact it, smack it in with a shovel, so I'll do that now. You want to do that before you dry dirt the lip. So as I said, you'll need some moist dirt, and sometimes a good way of doing that is scraping out in between the jumps. Because you just water them down, this dirt should be super moist. That means it'll pack in nice. So that should be enough dirt there. As you can see, it's quite moist. It'll pack in nicely. See that? Packs in perfectly. You won't need much water, just get a little bit. Just wet up where you're gonna be packing in the dirt, where the damage is. Throw it on. Scrape off the bit of excess and then pack it back in. As you can see, the dirt's packing quite well. So it's not going to look best right now, but as long as you got rid of the big holes in the jump, that's perfect. Then again, you want to grab this scoop of dirt that you placed here before, pop that at the bottom of the lip, and then you just want to water it down lightly again. Grab the broom, get all the dry dirt, and just simply sweep it straight up the lip. And that'll cover in all the cracks, and it'll make the jump so much smoother. And every time you do this, it'll just make the jump smoother and smoother and smoother. So if you do this for a week straight, your jump's gonna be pretty mint. They'll be feeling perfect. Just stay on top of it. Every time you ride the jumps without watering them, or you ride the jumps without dry dirting them, which is what this is, they get damaged. The lip starts to crack up. In the jump, you'll start to see cracks, especially at the top of the lip, on the smaller jumps especially. A lot of pressure goes through this where you're pushing through the jump, and a lot of force is going through this top area of the lip. So if you don't maintain it and it cracks up, and then eventually chunks of the lip will just start falling off, big clumps of dirt. So just stay on top of it. Always water your jumps before you ride them. If it's winter, it's going to be different, and if, for instance, you live in England, it's going to be completely different as well. This is mainly for summer. You just want to stay on top of it, water them as much as you can, dry dirt them as much as you can, fill in all the cracks, and that way the jumps will just be running unreal. Yeah, it's going to be different depending on what dirt you use. These are mainly all clay jumps. Hopefully this helps out some of you having trouble with maintaining your jumps. So a good thing to do is, with your excess dirt, just leave it in a pile like on the side of the jump at the bottom. Next time when you go to dry dirt all the jumps and maintain them, instead of going around with a wheelbarrow, you can just go along and use the dirt that's on the side of the jumps. So with this jump here, you want to pack it in, because it's got quite a bit of cracks in it, and the dirt on it's not really packed in at the minute. So just water it, dry dirt it, and then pack it in. So all the jumps are watered, dry dirted, looking mint at the minute. Now we just got to wait a little bit, water to sort of soak in a bit, so it's not too muddy on the lips and you don't slide around on it. If you wait too long, it all dries up and it doesn't compact, so you got to ride it at a perfect time. Probably wait 5-10 minutes and then start riding.
Look at the park dad Steve. Oh, we barely got over that.
Always got the vibe,
So after riding all day, this is what the lips look like. Watered them a couple times during the day, but they look pretty good. Super solid, as you can see. Super hard. The best way to pack it in is to just simply ride it. The tyres pack it in perfectly, as you can see. Super smooth, super hard. And if you keep repeating this step to your trails or dirt jumps, they're gonna end up looking really good. They'll be super solid. They'll last a long time as well. You won't have to rebuild them nearly as much. An example of a lip that we haven't maintained in a long time, we just don't ride it that much. But it's a good example of what happens to lips if you don't look after them. As you can see, the top of the lip completely destroyed. The actual jump is super crusty. It's not smooth at all. It's got all these lumps in it. Yeah, that's just what happens if you don't stay on top of it. Let the weather get to it and it just keeps damaging the lip. So just stay on top of it, water the jumps before you ride them each time, dry dirt them, and the lips should end up looking like that. Super smooth and solid. We've started rebuilding here at Strath, so expect a building video out this Friday.
Always got the vibe, got the vibe, got the vibe, got the vibe.